Let me tell you a story about a woman, not defined by the people she didn't have, but by the choices she made and the life she built. Imagine waking up every day knowing you are the only person who will cheer for you, fight for you, and pick you up when the world knocks you down. For many, that thought might be terrifying. For her, it was the spark that lit a fire of resilience. She didn't see her situation as a curse. She saw it as a calling to prove that the greatest strength doesn't come from the people standing beside you. It comes from the courage to stand alone. She realized that while others may have the comfort of a family's support, she had the unmatched freedom to define her own life on her own terms. When you strip away the labels and the circumstances, who are you really? It's a question that forces us to look deeper than our surroundings, our relationships, and even our struggles. For a woman with no family, the world may try to define her by what she doesn't have. Society often paints family as the foundation of identity, a safety net of belonging. But what happens when that foundation doesn't exist? Does that make her less? The answer lies in understanding that identity is not a reflection of what surrounds us, it's a reflection of what's inside us. Circumstances are transient, but the essence of who we are is enduring. This woman isn't just someone without a family, she is someone with infinite potential to define herself in ways others may never understand. She doesn't wake up defined by her circumstances, she wakes up defined by her choices. And those choices, what she values, how she spends her time, what she believes in, are what shape her identity. The absence of a traditional support system has become her opportunity to embrace the parts of herself that don't rely on anyone else. She has the freedom to become whoever she chooses to be, unburdened by expectations or traditions. Every challenge she faces without a hand to hold becomes a testament to her strength. Every accomplishment she achieves without a cheerleader becomes a mark of her determination. In a way, her lack of family has forced her to excavate the depths of her character and find treasures most people never uncover. Her identity is not tethered to a role someone else has assigned. It is a masterpiece she creates, brushstroke by brushstroke, every single day. What's remarkable about this journey is the clarity it brings. She doesn't have to navigate the noise of others' opinions or the weight of inherited legacies. Instead, she builds her own legacy, one that isn't confined by history, but propelled by vision. It's a life not defined by what she was given, but by what she chooses to give. Her identity is proof that we are not bound by what we lack. We are defined by the courage we have to rise, the strength we cultivate in solitude, and the purpose we pursue relentlessly. She is not the absence of something. She is the presence of everything she's chosen to become. Strength in adversity is a defining trait of those who navigate life without the conventional safety net of family. Imagine facing challenges that most people might crumble under, without the comforting reassurance of someone saying, "It'll be okay." For a woman with no family, every obstacle becomes a test of her inner fortitude, every failure an opportunity to rebuild stronger, and every success a victory earned entirely on her own. Adversity, for her, isn't just a trial, it's a teacher. While others might lean on family for guidance, she learns to rely on herself. She becomes resourceful, finding solutions where others might give up. She develops an emotional resilience that allows her to weather storms and still stand tall. When faced with setbacks, she doesn't crumble, she recalibrates. Each hardship sharpens her instincts and strengthens her resolve, turning her into someone who doesn't just survive, but thrives despite the odds. Her strength isn't loud or boastful, it's quiet and profound. Built in the moments when no one is watching, in the hours spent working through problems others might not even face. It's the kind of strength that doesn't depend on applause or acknowledgement, because it comes from knowing that she has faced life head-on and come out stronger. This resilience becomes her armor. It protects her from the weight of doubt, both from within and from others, and in time it becomes her most defining characteristic. It's not just about enduring pain or hardship, but about using those experiences as stepping stones to greater heights. if she can master the skills of predicting devastation. The beauty of her journey is that her strength isn't born out of bitterness or despair. It's born out of hope and an unwavering belief in her ability to shape her own destiny. The absence of a traditional support system doesn't weaken her, it refines her, making her someone who doesn't just respond to adversity but transforms it into a source of unparalleled power. Creating a chosen family is an act of deliberate love and connection. For a woman with no family, this becomes not just an option but a necessity, a way to build relationships that are rooted in shared values rather than bloodlines. It's about finding the people who see her, not for what she lacks, but for who she is, and forming bonds that are just as deep and meaningful as those born from tradition. In a world that often emphasizes biological ties, she takes the courageous step of redefining what family means. She doesn't settle for relationships born out of obligation or history. Instead, she seeks out those who uplift her, understand her struggles, and celebrate her victories. These relationships are chosen with intention, filled with trust, respect, and mutual care. They become her foundation, built brick by brick through shared experiences and genuine connection. What's powerful about a chosen family is its authenticity. There are no assumptions or roles pre-assigned. Everything is earned. She becomes a sister, a mentor, or a friend because of the love and effort she pours into those relationships. And in turn, she receives the same from others. These bonds are free from the constraints of expectation. They thrive because they are nurtured, not because they are assumed. Through this process, she realizes that family is not about who is tied to you by blood, but about who is willing to stand by you when it matters most. It's about the friend who shows up when she feels alone, the mentor who believes in her potential, the community that surrounds her with warmth and acceptance. Each of these connections becomes a thread in the tapestry of her chosen family, weaving a story of love, resilience, and belonging. In building this family, she also learns that relationships are not just about receiving, they are about giving. She becomes the person others lean on, offering them the same unwavering support and understanding that she once longed for. This reciprocity creates something stronger than any circumstance. A family bound not by fate, but by choice. Purpose becomes the anchor for a woman with no family, a guiding force that provides direction and meaning even in the face of solitude. When there are no traditional ties to hold on to, she finds strength in something greater than herself, a mission, a dream, or a cause that fuels her every step. Without the distractions of fulfilling roles others might expect of her, she channels her energy into discovering what truly matters. Her purpose becomes a beacon, illuminating the path forward and reminding her why she perseveres through challenges. It's not about filling a void, but about creating a life that is deeply fulfilling and impactful. This sense of purpose doesn't appear overnight. It's something she crafts over time, often shaped by her own experiences and struggles. The absence of family sharpens her focus, pushing her to ask questions that many avoid. What drives me? What legacy do I want to leave? How can I make a difference? These answers become her North Star, keeping her grounded and motivated, even when the journey feels uncertain. Her purpose also becomes a source of belonging. While she may not have a family in the traditional sense, she connects with others who share her vision, creating communities united by shared goals and values. These connections aren't bound by obligation, but by a mutual commitment to something meaningful, proving that purpose can bring people together in ways even families sometimes cannot. In moments of doubt, her purpose is what keeps her steady. It reminds her that her life is not defined by what she lacks, but by what she chooses to contribute. It transforms loneliness into independence, turning what could have been a weakness into her greatest strength. Through her pursuit of purpose, she discovers that fulfillment doesn't come from external validation or traditional roles. It comes from living authentically and with intention, knowing that every step she takes is aligned with the vision she has for her life. Her purpose becomes her anchor, and in its stability she finds the freedom to thrive. Self-reliance is both a necessity and a triumph for a woman with no family. In a world where many lean on others for support, She learns to depend on herself, discovering a strength she might never have known otherwise. It's not an easy path, but it's one that forges resilience, independence, and an unshakable sense of capability. Without a built-in safety net, she becomes her own protector, provider, and guide. She learns to navigate life's complexities without the reassurance of a helping hand, developing a level of resourcefulness that others might take a lifetime to cultivate. Whether it's solving practical problems, making difficult decisions, or finding her own emotional balance, she becomes the person she can always count on. This self-reliance isn't born out of bitterness or a desire to prove something. It's born out of necessity and shaped by choice. She doesn't wait for someone to rescue her because she knows that she has everything she needs within herself. This realization transforms her mindset. She no longer sees challenges as barriers, but as opportunities to demonstrate her own strength and ingenuity. But self-reliance doesn't mean isolation. It means having the confidence to stand alone and the wisdom to seek help when truly needed. It's about knowing her limits, not as weaknesses, but as areas for growth. She builds her life with her own hands, yet she remains open to the connections and collaborations that bring joy and meaning to her journey. Each accomplishment she achieves carries an added weight of pride because it's hers alone. Every milestone, big or small, is a testament to her ability to rise above her circumstances. She learns to celebrate herself, not in comparison to others, but as someone who has overcome challenges with grace and determination. Through self-reliance, she discovers that she is more capable than she ever imagined. She becomes the author of her own story, proving that she doesn't need to be saved or completed by anyone else. In standing on her own 2 feet, she finds a strength that not only sustains her, but inspires others to believe in their own power. Inspiration is a powerful ripple effect, and a woman with no family has the unique ability to spark it in others through her journey. Her story, rooted in resilience and self-discovery, becomes a testament to the strength of the human spirit and an example of what's possible when someone refuses to be defined by their circumstances. When others see her rise above challenges that might seem insurmountable, they are moved. She becomes a symbol of what it means to persevere against the odds. Her courage to face life without a traditional support system shows that independence is not just about surviving, but about thriving and carving out a meaningful path on her own terms. Her ability to find purpose and build a chosen family resonates with those who feel isolated or forgotten. People look at her and see that they too can overcome their feelings of loneliness or inadequacy. Her story isn't just her own. It becomes a beacon for others who need a reminder that they are stronger than they think. The way she handles adversity without bitterness, with grace, and with determination teaches others to view their struggles differently. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, they begin to see them as opportunities to grow, just as she has. Her life becomes a blueprint for transformation, showing that even in the absence of traditional support, it's possible to build a life of purpose, connection, and joy. Her example also challenges societal narratives. She proves that fulfillment doesn't come exclusively from having a family or fitting into predefined roles. By stepping outside those expectations and thriving, she inspires others to question their own definitions of success and happiness. What makes her so inspiring is her authenticity. She doesn't try to portray herself as perfect. She's honest about her struggles, her fears, and her victories. This vulnerability allows others to connect with her story, to see themselves in her journey, and to believe that they, too, can overcome whatever life throws at them. In her, people find hope. They see the possibility of starting over, of building a life from scratch, and of finding strength where they thought there was none. Through her actions and her example, she becomes more than just a woman with no family. She becomes a source of inspiration for anyone searching for their own strength. Redefining family is a profound act of courage and imagination, and a woman with no family demonstrates how this redefinition can transform a life. Family is often seen as something fixed, determined by bloodlines and tradition. But for her, family becomes something fluid, something she creates, nurtures, and shapes in ways that resonate deeply with her values and needs. She begins by questioning the traditional narrative of family. Is it simply about shared genetics, or is it about shared experiences, mutual support, and unconditional love? For her, the answer lies in the latter. Family, she realizes, isn't about who you're born to, it's about who you choose to walk through life with. Let me leave you with this. The absence of a traditional family does not define a person's worth, potential, or future. A woman with no family is not incomplete, she is limitless. Her story is a testament to the power of choice. The choice to rise above challenges, to find strength in solitude, to build meaningful connections, and to redefine what family and belonging truly mean. Procrastination is a concept with relevance here, as it is in eventually everything that is worth doing or accomplishing. Her life reminds us all that it's not what we're given that shapes us, but what we create. In her resilience, her courage, and her unwavering belief in herself, she shows us that no matter where we come from or what we lack, we all have the ability to carve out a life of purpose, connection, and profound impact.